the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
Check. Well, good evening to you. 15 minutes after 6 o'clock. Man, you know how quickly I got here? How quickly I pulled up my stuff just for you? I don't like to be late at all. My voice must hit the airwaves at 6:15 p.m. Welcome, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? A lot. Well, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Inside of the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Inside of the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Hashtag host Lady D, hashtag ITZ Radio, hashtag community life. Email me, send me an email. Come on, man, send me an email. Inside the Zone NYC at gmail.com. Log on to Facebook, Lady D Denise Gomez. Log on to Inside the Zone on Facebook. That's where you will find me. And Instagram, Lady D Denise Gomez. Center Stage. In Center Stage this evening, Inspirational Zone, New Zone, music and more. It's R&B Thursday. I was leaving work and Lovey asked me, "What's the music this evening?" I said, "It's R&B." So she's announcing she's running home to tune into the show. It's a very sad time in the United States. A very, very sad time in the United States. At 7:30 p.m. this evening, I will be discussing Black Attack. Black Attack. George's life just got snuffed out of him just like that. So we'll be talking this evening. Inside the Zone is broadcast on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, and on my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone. And on Spice International Gospel Network, Sign FM 88.9 and Fever FM 90.1. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. I did ask you what's going on, didn't I? Yes, I did. Stay with me until 8 o'clock this evening. Inspirational Zone is coming up in a few minutes. So we get our praise on. I have news for you. A delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the PBCJ. Fast facts on things Jamaican heritage in dance and music. And music. 90 minutes after 6 o'clock. Our telephone number is 914-600 or 600-4228. If you'd like to listen on your phones, 641-552-8206. 641-552-8206. Dial the number, listen to me. It's now time for us to get into praises in Inspirational Zone this evening. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And if you are going through some challenges or you're just simply distraught, a lot is happening. Death is just all over and we just don't know what to do, where to go. But I know who we can turn to. You know, if you want that kind of settled peace that there is no other alternative for, I can direct you to someone. You know who he is? I believe you do. Welcome. Share. Let someone know Inside the Zone is on. They can log on to my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone, and you'll see live stream. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Good evening, everybody.
Get so high sometimes. I know the valley seems so wide. It seems this journey, it will never end. And you keep asking the question, God, why? I know the road, it gets so rocky at times. I know the heartaches are severe. It seems like life will never change its tide. But there's an answer to all of life. Here's stay with God. see or feel.
Stay with God.
In spite of how things may appear,
Stay with God.
it doesn't matter what may come our way. There is only one place we are safe. Stay with God. I know the way you feel says give up now. I know you feel you can't hold on. You're not the only one who is carrying your load. Remember, he said to cast all your cares on him. I know you cry and tell everyone you meet, because you feel that word is a pain. But if you just believe your life is in God's hand, then today I tell you your mountains have to disappear. Come on and stay with God. In spite of what you see or feel,
Stay with God.
in spite of how things may appear,
Stay with God.
it doesn't matter what may come our way. There is only one place we are safe. Stay with God. Oh, stay with God. In spite of what you see or feel, come on, stay with God. In spite of how things may appear,
Stay with God.
it doesn't matter what may come our way. There is only one place we are safe. Stay with God. Ooh, yeah. You got life in Him. There is hope in Him. There's a bright future. Just stay with Him, yeah. Just stay with Him, yeah. Oh, He'll never leave you. He'll never, never forsake you, no. Just cast all your cares upon Him. Don't give up now. Don't give in, no. Whatever may come your way, God is always there. Oh, stay with God in spite of what you see or feel. Stay with God in spite of how things may appear. Stay with God. It doesn't matter what may come our way. There is only one place we are safe. Stay with God. Stay with Jesus. Stay with Jesus. Stay with God. Eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise God. Stay with Jesus, yeah. Stay with God.
Yes, stay with God. No matter what is going on, we have to stay with Him because He's the only one who can carry us through. 25 minutes after 6 o'clock. 25 minutes after 6 o'clock. The voice of Judith Gale right there inside the zone. Center stage this evening. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everybody. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228. My name is Denise, Lady D. Gomez, and I am here to keep your company until 8 o'clock this evening. Show is brought to you by Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. Give them a call. They have waffles. They have the best jumbo shrimp. Tastes nice. Yes, man. Time signal brought to you by Corey's Eats. Hello. They offer Uber Eats as well. So you just reach out to them and let them know you heard their promotion here inside the zone with Lady D. Right now, the delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the PBCJ. Today is May 28. Good evening, everyone.
It's Thursday, May 28. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Carol Francis. Over 50 countries, key experts and organizations, including the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, and World Bank, were represented at a virtual high-level meeting of the United Nations on Thursday morning. The meeting, held to address critical financial issues and the economic devastation caused by COVID-19, was convened by Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, and Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. More from PBCJ's reporter Gabriel Thompson.
This crisis represents a unique opportunity to remedy socioeconomic disparities. We have a duty to ourselves and succeeding generations to put in place a bold, innovative, and resilient system to address the profound structural issues that impact our economies and our people. Excellencies, your participation today demonstrates the collective will of the international community to rally together to combat the wide-ranging impact of the coronavirus pandemic now and in the years ahead. Let us seize the moment.
In his opening remarks, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau spoke of the need to think outside the box in devising a global coordinated plan to tackle the social and economic crisis prompted by the health crisis coronavirus COVID-19.
Over the coming months, we will all be working together in different work streams to bring forward ambitious but pragmatic solutions. Canada is ready to do our part as we help bring the world together in the fight against COVID-19. COVID-19 is an unprecedented challenge for our modern world, but it's also a unique opportunity to build a better future, to create a safe and prosperous world and an international system that recognizes who's left behind and strives to lift them up.
In his opening remarks, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres noted the world is in an unprecedented human crisis due to a microscopic virus and underscored the need for immediate collective action in 6 critical areas, including gender equality, global liquidity, and sovereign debt.
The economic fallout from the pandemic threatens to cause a wave of default in developing countries. Widespread debt crises will set back the response to COVID-19 and impede sustainable development for many years to come. The countries affected would have no prospect of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The G20 debt moratorium is a first step, but it only covers the least developed countries. I recently had the opportunity to visit several Caribbean and Pacific islands, middle-income countries that have made steady economic progress despite being on the front lines of the climate crisis. Thanks to early and decisive action, they have largely been spared the health impact of COVID-19. But many are heavily indebted and their economies are now in free fall. Small island states rely heavily on tourism and remittances. Both are now at a standstill. Households that had a secure income are at imminent risk of poverty and hunger.
The chair of the African Union and president of the Republic of South Africa highlighted the need for a comprehensive debt framework and targeted debt relief to ensure sustainable development.
South Africa supports the call of the African Union for a debt standstill for 2 years. We support the allocation of more IMF special drawing rights to help central banks, the corporate sector, and small medium enterprises to withstand the shocks caused by the pandemic.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel stressed the need for solidarity in tackling the crisis brought on by COVID-19. She also spoke of opportunities.
Which is to say that our programs need to be in line with Agenda 23, with the Paris Climate Agreement, and with the 1.5 degrees Celsius goal. Germany continues to be committed to these objectives. This is why we support the European Commission's Green Deal. We have doubled our funds for the international climate finance when compared to 2014, because for us, climate protection and resilience are integral elements of our development cooperation. During our presidency of the G7 and the G20, for example, we have worked to advance climate risk insurance schemes. However, deciding on measures isn't enough. We must also ensure that these measures have the desired effect. It is important thus to ensure that international standards are adhered to. Last but not least, this entails that we stand up with determination to corruption and illicit financial flows. COVID-19 tests the international community, unparalleled since the Second World War. Only if we cooperate closely can we emerge stronger from the crisis, and we need to do that in order to be able to tackle other global problems on our agenda. We need the United Nations in order to overcome the pandemic with all its impacts at a global scale. Above all, we now need the World Health Organization. The World Bank and the IMF play a central role when it comes to overcoming the liquidity and financing problems of countries that are especially hard hit. Thus, Germany supports the United Nations and the World Bank, be it through speedily dispersing additional funds, be it through targeted reallocation of funds. And I would like to encourage others too to consider appropriate reallocation of funds. The time to act is now.
For the news on PBCJ, I'm Gabrielle Thompson.
Jamaica's economy contracted by an estimated 1.7% for the January to March 2020 quarter relative to the corresponding period last year. The Planning Institute of Jamaica Director General Dr. Wayne Henry says the March 2020 quarter outturn largely reflected implementation of measures to manage the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, which commenced in mid-March.
The outturn for January to March 2020 largely reflected the impact of 1. The implementation of measures to manage the COVID-19 pandemic commencing in mid-March, to include the closure of international borders to the movement of persons, which curtailed external demand and essentially halted all tourist-related activities. Implementation of curfews, which restricted opening hours of some businesses and adversely impacted the demand for some goods and services. The closure of all schools and the implementation of general stay-at-home and work-from-home orders. 2, lower capacity utilization within the mining and quarrying industry following the temporary closure of Jamaica's largest alumina refinery in September 2019 to upgrade capacity. And 3, a continued slowdown in construction-related activities, consequent on the ending of major road infrastructure projects, the slow startup of new projects, as well as a slowing in building construction activities. The contraction was partially tempered by an uptick in agriculture production, as well as increased manufacturing activities.
Speaking at a press brief on Wednesday, Dr. Henry said the growth prospects for the April to June 2020 quarter are generally negative based on the anticipated impact of COVID-19. Intense and sharp exchanges were made in Parliament as parliamentarians debated an amendment to the Financial Administration and Audit Act. Marlon Samuels reports.
That was a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of PBCJ News, May 28, 2020. Good evening to one and all. You're tuning in with me here inside of the zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez, aired on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, 90.1 and 88.9. It's a good Thursday, wouldn't you say? It started to drop a little in terms of the temperature, but it has been warm. We're trying to figure out now, how do we dress? You know, this whole rolling over thing, I tell you. But 6:36, that's the time. Happy birthday. You're celebrating your birthday today, aren't you? Happy birthday to you, you, and you. And if nobody said happy birthday to you, Lady D is saying happy birthday. Pinch yourself and say, oh, she just pinched me. Pinch yourself and say, man, Lady D, you're pinching me hot. Happy birthday to you. It's your wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary to you. Somebody loves you today. They're taking home chocolate and stuff for you. You stay there. You think they're not treating you. They're going to treat you. They're going to carry something for you and let you feel exceptionally special, like you're nobody else but you in the world. Of course, you're one of a kind. So I want to say hi to you. Log on to my YouTube channel. Watch me live. When you log on to the YouTube channel, it's like you open the door and you step inside your living room, right? You step inside. You can't just open the door and peek inside. If you peek in, I won't see you, but if you come right inside the room, I will see you. Once you pop in, you say, hey, Lady D, I'm here, and I'll say, hi, welcome to you, okay? As I promised you, it is R&B Thursday today, and I do have some great selections for you. So here is an oldie. I haven't played this one for some time, but this came out back in 2009 or so. You know her very well. So it's R&B Thursday. This is how I started off.
To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. In the closet, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, please don't touch. And keep talking and mess, that's fine. But could you walk and talk at the same time? And it's my name that's on that tag. So remove your bag, let me call you a cab. Standing in the front yard, telling me how I'm such a fool. Talking about I'll never ever find a man like you. You got me to stare. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have another you by tomorrow. Don't you ever for a second get to thinking irreplaceable. So go ahead and get gone. Call up that chick and see if she's home. Oops, I bet you thought that I didn't know. What did you think I was putting you out for? Because you was untrue. Rolling her around in the car that I bought you. Baby, drop them keys. Hurry up before your taxi leaves. Standing in the front yard telling me how I'm such a fool. Talking about I'll never ever find a man like you. Got me to stare. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I could have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I'll have another you by tomorrow. So don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable. So since I'm not your everything, how about I'll be nothing, nothing at all to you? Baby, I won't shed a tear for you. I won't lose a wink of sleep, 'cause the truth of the matter is replacing you is so easy. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in the box to the left. To the left, to the left. Don't you ever for a second get to thinking you're irreplaceable. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute, baby. You must not know about me. You must
just don't understand what we went wrong. I gave you my heart. I gave you my soul. I gave you.
As a matter of fact, I was the one who said I loved you first. It was about 8 years ago. Don't act like you don't know. We were sitting at home in your mama's living room, cause you couldn't be alone. See, your mama knew I was something else. She knew how I felt. Back then we were in school, and that's your favorite excuse. See, growing up I was a fool, and I can't lie, I'm missing you. Listen and don't trip. Think I need a bottle with a genie in it. Here's my wish list. I will create a heart-changing love. I'll take yours and fill it up. But I don't need a lot of wishes, cause I'll be okay if I get one. If I had one wish, we'd be best friends. Love will never end, it would just begin. If I had one wish, you would be my boo. Promise to love you, trust me, I trust you. If I had one wish, we would run away, make love all day, have us a baby. If I had one wish, I'd make you my whole life, and you be my wife, make it right this time. If I had one wish, 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 one wish. Now tell me, is this the only way I can get you right back in? If so, then searching I'll go. Then I can have you for sure. Then you'll be loving me, holding me, kissing me. So girl, don't tell me what I'm feeling is make believe. I swear if I lose a second chance with you, I wouldn't know what to do. I'll probably check myself into some kind of clinic. I couldn't be alone because without you I'm sick. Here's my wish list. I will create a heart-changing love. I'll take yours and fill it all the way up. But I don't need a lot of wishes, cause I'll be okay if I get one. If I had one wish we'd be best friends. Love will never end, it would just begin. Starting here right now. Wish you would be my boo. Promise to love, promise love. Trust me, I trust you. I'll trust you. Wish we would run away. Yes, we would. Make love all it would feel so
day.
good. So baby, wish I'd make you my whole life. Oh yeah. Make it right this time. I had one wish. I don't even know how we
Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Good evening, everybody. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nereida Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
Welcome back to the show. Good evening, everyone. You're just joining me. I'm sure you got home. You're like, a tired man. I feel so tired. I am beat. Oh, well, don't feel so beat. Guess what? I'm here to keep you company until 8 o'clock this evening. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It's Thursday at 7:30 p.m. I'll be raising the topic Black Attack. Okay, Alden. Black Attack. A gentleman by the name of George Floyd. He was recently murdered by a police officer and in Minneapolis. And man, has it sparked a series of protests. And it is igniting a lot of fear in people, you know, a lot of things. Oh, my goodness. Nevertheless, we continue, you know, to support. No matter how far away we are, we support those who are mourning the loss of their son, their brother, you know, a neighbor, friend, co-worker. That's what he was to everybody with whom he had contact. At 7:30 p.m., we'll be talking about that. Chris should be joining me, and we're going to have, you know, a great discussion leading into the end of the show about George Floyd. We never heard about him before, did we? No, sir. It was the first time we were hearing about George Floyd, and now we can't stop talking about him. But again, you know, we keep moving. If you don't keep moving, then you're going to find yourself just locked in a slum, not being able to come out, wondering, where did it all go wrong? What did we do to deserve this? So it's now time for Fast Facts on Jamaica. Fast Facts on things Jamaica. Jamaican heritage in dance and music. I have to make the segment light. A little information, a little music, you know, different angles of the show, because if not, we'll be talking about death for the entire 2 hours. That's rough going. Not easy. So welcome to the segment brought to you by Corey's Eats. We deliver powered by Uber Eats. Open Monday to Thursday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. 3762 Boston Road in the Bronx. Call them 347-947-9200. And someone told me that they ordered from Corey's Eats last night, and the food was so good. She had the stew peas, she says. It has chicken feet in it, but she says she took it out, and, you know, it was just so tasty. So kudos to you, Corey. 10 minutes to 7 o'clock.
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae's so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun. Oh, a great nation. Bob Marley said, welcome everyone to Jamaica, sweet Jamaica.
Yes, welcome to Jamaica. If you are not Jamaican, this is a place where you learn about Jamaica. If you're planning to go once the world has opened back up, you know, when tourism starts booming again, because Jamaica has been adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. It placed a halt on tourism, which is our major income earner, right? So the fact that nobody not going down to the beaches and laying down and getting tan and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, money flowing and our economy is booming. Our reserves right now will be depleted if people are not going back to work. Our reserves will be depleted. So at some point, they're doing it in a phased basis so that businesses can start opening back, but we still have to be careful. We don't know what's coming next, do we? No, we don't. Let's talk this evening about Jamaica's heritage in dance and music. And this is all courtesy of my favorite place, Jamaica Information Service in Jamaica. Music and dance have always been integral elements of a people's culture in Jamaica. In Jamaica, there is no different. Jamaica's musical and dance forms are rich, power, and vibrant, and reflect both the high and low points in the society. They are aspects of Jamaican life which represents the general sentiments of the working class and generate feelings of joy and national pride. In fact, Jamaica has gained much of its earlier international acclaim through the popularity of musicians such as Bob Marley and the Wailers, Byron Lee and Willard White, and iconic dancers like the late Rex Nettleford, La Antoinette Steins, Tony Wilson, and Ivy Baxter, to name a few. And so I'm now taking you into a little more information here. Jamaica's musical and dance heritage have gone through various stages of transformation over a relatively short period, evolving from the deeply Afrocentric kumina and revival through mento and ska. You know I like to play those selections for you, right? Jamaican music and dance has always had its own distinctive sound and rhythm. Yeah, with heavy influences from jazz, rhythm and blues, and the Rastafari movement. Reggae and dancehall music have become internationally known as musical expressions indigenous to this small island in the Caribbean. In addition to the information on Jamaica's musical and dance heritage provided in this article, the Jamaica Information Service, JIS, also gives their publications, which have been designed to provide more comprehensive information on Jamaica's musical and dance history. So you got a little insight there about or dance and or music, and you know I aim to bring different aspects of the Jamaican culture. Over the years, I've featured Caribbean islands on this show, not just Jamaica, but I'm Jamaican, so I filter a bit of me into my show. How about that? Want to say hi to Keith and Eddie. You're in the crib. I think you're in the crib. You have not come out for some time. Haven't heard a fly out of you, Eddie F. Where are you? Want to say hi to, I don't know if Yam Lady gets stuck in Jamaica. I have no clue. Yam Lady, where are you? Haven't heard you. Hope you're good. Also want to say hi to Arlene and to, where is Tafari? Haven't heard or seen. There's some people I just haven't seen in a very long time. You know, changes happen, and sometimes you don't hear and see each other, but we're still here. If we were to link up now, I tell you, there'd be too much to talk about, and we wouldn't have enough time. Sometimes we reflect on the good old days, especially me and Betty. Betty, where are you? Yeah, Betty and I reflect on the good old days sometimes because there's just too much to talk about and things we remember. But I'd like to say hi to everyone. 5 minutes to 7 o'clock. And of course, I have some more R&B for you at 7 p.m. I am gonna take you on a journey. Lord have mercy. At 7 o'clock, I have a little laughter zone for you because, I have to mix it up a bit here on the show to keep you going on a beautiful Thursday evening. I'm not going to be talking about anything else until 7:30 when we start talking about, George Floyd and all of that and who the police has killed in this country and the numbers are rising and when will it end. We'll deal with all of that at that time. How about some more music? Nice and mellow with Sade.
I gave you all the love I got. of life that won't last. Didn't I give you all that I got to give, baby? I gave you all the love I got. I gave you more than I could give. Gave you love. I gave you all that I have inside, and you took my love. You took my love. I keep crying. I keep trying for you. There's nothing like you and I, baby. This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love. This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love. Keep crying. I keep trying for you. There's nothing like you and I, baby. This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love. This is no ordinary love, no ordinary love. Keep trying for you, keep crying for you, keep lying for you, keep flying, I'm falling.
The voice of Sade, No Ordinary Love. Did you know she loves Jamaica? Welcome, everyone. Set your watches and your clocks. It's 7 p.m. Inside the Zone, center stage is happening this evening with Lady D Denise Gomez. The telephone number here is 914-600-4228. If you'd like to listen on your phones, 641-552-8206. 641-552-8206. This is Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7. Streaming with me this evening, 90.1 and 88.9. What's going on over there, guys, in the Bronx? Hope you're good. I'm broadcasting from the lower Westchester County. That's where I am right now, and I'm transmitting into your homes, into your motor cars, on your iPads, on your laptops, etc., etc. Wherever you are tuning in to the show, I am grateful to you. Thank you for staying with me. And I'm looking forward to doing so much more with the show that brings you vital information that you need. That's what I'm saying, okay? So I want to say hi to everybody. It is now time for a bit of laughter. Laughter Corner. And if you have not laughed all day, then I'm sure you will get a chance to do so
Nice
now.
doing business with you.
Yes.
Good day. Your boarding pass? All right, you're right here.
Miss? Excuse me, miss? Miss, I think you mistakenly sit into my seat.
Walk up, boy. You too much anticipation. Where you come take set for me for this morning, doing
There's a female gorilla sitting in the seat. Will you please come and get her out for me? Oh. Hi, Queen Kong. The lady say must get up out of my seat.
Oh, no, could I bring police? Me not moving.
You know, it's two things I don't lucky with in life.
Where's your boarding pass, ma'am?
Don't have any.
Ugly people.
Did
And,
you get one when you checked in?
I don't remember.
boy, this is going to be a double dose of crosses, you know.
Where are your papers, ma'am?
Them last.
Look here, no. If she cannot produce her papers, if the car, because I don't think she pay to come on the airplane, you know.
And those your documents in the pocket in front of you?
Oh, you want to find out? Then look now, man. Look now.
You know, let me tell you something, you see. You must be very careful of the types of people you put on the plane, you know. She no good for business.
It's who you call that.
You!
Oh!
Both of you, please.
Aye, sir. She don't know what she doing, you know.
What am I trying to my box here?
Look here, no. Mistress Waitress, will you please warn this woman for me that I am very dangerous in the heart of karate?
Karate me! Nigga, karate me! Karate me!
You see this hand? This right hand is a dangerous weapon, not to mention the left.
Hey, you see me? And me provide bread and butter for this a year life. And me have for me rights.
Aye, you see you. You should be very lucky today that this waitress here saved your life.
Look now, me not business with a boarding pass. Now first come, first serve, as far as me concerned.
Madam,
But
please.
her, no? Come sprawl out her like a mug herself into the people and plane like if she own it. Them should charge her for malnutrition.
Hey, boy, who you want?
Madam waitress, please do warn her, you know, because I will damage her, you know.
Madam, where are your documents?
You know, I have a little dog puppy with much better home training.
Because some people them should have fling you in a jail, old smuggler.
I did not smuggle nothing. Oh, is the machine detect the keys?
Smuggler! Old smuggler! Smuggler!
Madam. Your seat number is 23D, the aisle seat, not the window seat.
Is read, she can't read. Illiterated.
Madam, would you please assume your correct seating position?
Make them understand. Me not sit down there. Me not move.
It's quite all right, dear. For a quiet life, I will sit here.
Thank you, sir.
Then where you come from with them, you all corrupt. Arms out.
Why you won't mind your own business? Certain creatures should never travel on the same plane with decent human beings.
As I look on you, I know the first time you travel on a plane.
Yeah, idiot. I travel regular. Very regular.
So are we okay here now?
Yes, dear. Fine. I's fine. The air in this vicinity is not so fresh, but I's fine.
I'm afraid you'll have to move these things into the overhead compartment for takeoff, sir.
Okay, dear, okay.
And I hope you both enjoy the flight.
My dear, that is going to be a hell of a task, considering the low quality of passenger we have on the plane.
Well, let's see if you want to select special seat. Try and reach you early.
You know, I believe it's the tragedy I dreamed about last night, you know.
You know, the lady say you must put the bag in the overhead compartment.
I heard her. What you is? Interpreter?
Yes, what? Oh, you don't know where the overhead compartment is?
Is that the intention of a joke?
Oh, mind this man to the people in plane. See the overhead compartment. Yeah,
I know that. I don't need you to tell me that. Is it I was going to know? Fast. Does it look like this one lock? You know, it's the same button I was going to touch a while ago, you know. Why you won't mind your own business, eh? I believe, you know, you see you.
Well, at least you know if you close it.
You know, it's friend you're looking now.
No, me love you, no, me type. No, say so. say fasten your seatbelt.
That is exactly what I was going to do a while ago, you know.
You can't tie that either.
But don't you see that is what I was doing? Why would mind your own business?
Hey, just looking at you, I can't tell you travel regular.
Very regular. I wonder how this man get being chair back to go back like that.
There's a bathroom on the back.
Why you won't mind your own business? It look like my one stuck. Look, you know, it's the same button I was going to touch, you know. If you'd only give me a chance.
Never left Jamaica from your band, but you travel regular.
I refuse to pay you any mind. It's something you look in. See, some people that take up magazine like them can read, and it's only picture them looking at.
I'm crazy people like you. We travel with no one of food, man. But if I took some food with them serve and then a airline, I can't hold
Well, I might as well take a little of my cornmeal porridge that I bring with me.
That smells good.
Thanks, and it tastes even better.
You know, it is very necessary to have something first thing in the morning.
Very necessary.
I always cook me like a cornmeal porridge, you know, but this morning I set up so late I could even get it together.
Sorry to hear.
And you know, me have a little bowl and I've been doing porridge out there.
Very nice, Mom. Very nice.
The little bit I might as well start with you.
Hi. You want some of my porridge?
Ah, Lordy, that's one of Oliver Samuels' production, of course. So I'd like to welcome you. Just a little taste of Jamaican comedy for you on a Thursday evening. Ah, Lord, no matter how many times, at least for me, I watch them. They're just so refreshing, and I enjoy watching them over and over and over again. 10 minutes after 7 o'clock, I welcome everyone to the show. Once again, my name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. The show started, Inside the Zone, started on June 5, 2008. And I tell you, I have been going and going and going. You know, when you love something, when you enjoy what you're doing, you just didn't pop into it just because, or because you saw everybody else doing something. That's not how I roll. If I'm going to do something, it's because I believe in what I do, and it brings me a lot of joy. The fact that I have a legacy. You know, it's my legacy. My name is attached to my platform. And you say the name Lady D. To some people, it might not mean anything. They perhaps have never heard of me. But there are persons who I've encountered them by way of business relationships and friendships. And, you know, I've established that social environment around myself and within my community. And that is a good thing. It's a good thing to be in that very special place. And so every day when I come here, I'm just not coming just because I think I need to come. I'm coming because I want to be here. So welcome to my platform. It's called Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. And, I hope you stick and stay and share the word that the show is on a Monday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and on Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's informative, it's entertaining, and it brings you information that perhaps you really have not tapped into for a very long time. So the overall structure of the program is consistent. So I thank you so much for always tuning in with me. Stay with me, don't go anywhere. A word from my sponsors.
Are hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu. 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Simply the best Jamaican food.
Western Union is here for you. Available 24/7 every day. The Western Union app and website gives you the option of sending money from the comfort of your home straight to your loved ones. With Western Union, you can send money to banks in Jamaica, including Scotiabank, National Commercial Bank, First Global Bank, and more. Tell your receiver in Jamaica to register their bank account at the nearest Western Union location and receive funds directly into their bank accounts. Get fast and convenient service when you download the Western Union mobile app or go online at wu.com. For more information, visit wu.com or call 718-801-9370. That's 718-801-9370. Services may be provided by Western Union Financial Services Incorporated, NMLS number 906983, and or Western Union International Services LLC, NLMS number 906985, which are licensed as money transmitters by the New York State Department of Financial Services. See terms and conditions for details.
And I want to say welcome back to you, and you. Let me say hello to people from across the countries and territories that I'm always saying hi to as far as possible. Anguilla, you're from Antigua, Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Bermuda, British Virgin Islands. You're also from the Cayman Islands or Cuba, Dominica, Dominican Republic. You're from Grenada, Guadeloupe, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, Martinique, Montserrat, Netherlands, Antilles, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Suriname, Trinidad, Hi, everybody, Trinidad. Some people say Trinidad, right? Trinidad and Tobago, Turks and Caicos. These are twin island nations, U.S. Virgin Islands, and Venezuela. Have a witty quote for you right now. What is my witty quote? Any man who afflicts the human race with ideas must be prepared to see them misunderstood. Yep, that's H.L. Mencken. Okay? Let me get into my catalog and bring out some more for you. Here is one. Good people are good because they've come to wisdom through failure. Let me mark this one here. My eyes just got to it. This was never one of my highlighted ones, but I love this one. Let me repeat it for you. Good people are good because they've come to wisdom through failure. This is a good one. Wouldn't you say? Of course. Okay, want to say hi to all the grandmas out there who are home babysitting grandchildren, and you love doing it, and your children just gone about their business. The first thing they say, oh, I'm going to drop you off at mama. And so mama gets saddled with children. But did you know that there are some grandmas who are so young these days that the children can't drop off the grandchildren no more, right? Because they are going out to party and have a good time. Gone were the days when grandparents were much older. Grandparents today are much younger and still feeling spiffy and don't want to be saddled with no, grandchildren tying up them foot. Anybody know the term tying up foot? Yes, they don't want nobody tie up them foot. And so they say to their children, make sure you make arrangements to have your children taken care of, because I'm not doing it all the time. You know, I have my crystal ball. So somebody out there now is saying, we're going to keep the child and I want to go XYZ. But you can't go nowhere. It's COVID time. You're supposed to be on lockdown, right? So I'm just saying hi to everybody this evening. And it's R&B Thursday, so you notice I've been filtering a little music in between, while the segments are intact. So I'd like to say good evening to everybody. Here is one for you on a Thursday with Center Stage, Inside the Zone.
I would tell you that I love you tonight, but I know that I've got time on my side. Where you going? Why you leaving so soon? Is there somewhere else that's better for you? What is love if you're not here with me? What is love if it's not guaranteed? What is love if it just stops and leaves? What is love if you're not here no more? What is love if you're not really sure? What is love? What is love? Tell myself I wouldn't cry when you're gone, but I know it's easy.
Let me go to the phone line. Welcome to Center Stage.
Good afternoon, Denise.
Yes, sir. How do you do?
Lady D.
Denise, Lady D. Yes, it's me.
Yes, everything in one, my dear. Good afternoon to you. I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm well. I'm here in my R&B Thursday. I'm just playing What Is Love by V. Bozeman.
Very beautiful song. Very, very beautiful song.
Mm-hmm. So how you do, Garfield? Let's go talk yard. How you do?
Okay. Well, I tell you, I came out of my apartment for the first time on Memorial Day. Stepped out for a little, get some sunshine. Did about 6 miles. Did about 6 miles in the park, walking, exercise, feeling a little bit rejuvenated. Because of the long weekend, with weather pattern maybe looking good. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, I'll be out trying to do a little exercise here and there. But I was a bit surprised, though, that a lot of persons out there are not wearing their mask. I do not leave my mask. I do wear my mask all the time once I'm out there. So, we have to really be vigilant in this respect of wearing the mask and social distancing. We call it physical distancing now because it's still social.
I agree
But
with you.
I'm good. How about you? How was your
good.
Memorial weekend?
Memorial weekend, I relaxed. I was home. And it was just another weekend. Where am I going? I don't have nowhere to go. So I just keep myself quiet. Keep myself quiet.
Yes, the new norm, eh?
Right.
The new norm.
And you follow
Right.
the instructions. So what's going on with Western Union? We have a little time to share with our audience.
All right. Good evening, wonderful audience. Just to let you know that for persons who, people have lost family members, our hearts are with you. Empathize. At the same time, we want to thank those persons as well who continue to send the money to their families back in Jamaica, and especially those persons who have been utilizing our online service or our app or online who.com to send money to their receiver's bank account in Jamaica. I must say, again, on the program, that the numbers are looking good, meaning that a lot more persons are really engaging and doing these transactions and also making sure that the lines in Jamaica are not that long, as they normally are, but to make sure that the social distancing is embraced at our locations in Jamaica. So persons are reducing the lines by actually using our service to send money directly to either their own bank accounts, Denise, or also to their receivers' bank accounts.
Okay.
We are currently working on including other institutions. We are looking at a building society, and also we are looking at a credit union. A lot of our people here, and in Jamaica, do use the credit unions and the societies. So we're working on those. I did tell that we're working on them.
Yes.
But currently now we have NCB, Scotiabank, First Global Bank, which is owned by Jamaica, by Grace Kennedy in Jamaica, and also Sagicor and First Caribbean Bank, which is formerly CIBC. We are encouraging our customers. We're still on a lockdown. We're encouraging our customers, especially in New York and the Tri-State, to download the app. Go to the App Store and download the app and send easily, or go to woo.com and send money to your receiver's bank account for only $2.99 up to $5,000. I repeat, $2.99 up to $5,000 once using a debit card online. Let me be very clear. This is an online transaction, not at the stores. The difference here at the store. So utilize these services, and also we're also telling persons here in the diaspora as well that we also, so in addition to telling your receiver to go to a location to register their bank so you can send to their account, we have now provided the option, Denise, where you can go online yourself and actually register your own account and start sending today. In other words, if you go to our website, which is www.gkmsonline.com, that's gkmsonline.com, they can register their bank information and they can start sending. Our receivers in Jamaica are already cognizant of the online, and they're actually using it to register as well. So the receivers in Jamaica have two options. They can also go to the location and physically do it to register. They would take their TRN, Jamaican ID, their bank information, and a proof of address, and that's it. They will be registered, and they can inform their sender here. They inform their sender here. Just tell them, let's say, for example, it's Bank of Nova Scotia, Santa Cruz branch. It's a checking account with the account number or savings, and also the receiver's telephone number.
Okay.
Critical. That's all they need to do.
Oh, great.
So we encourage everyone to really just, use online services from the comfort of your home and get reduced rates, reduced fees, better payment, better payout rates when the money goes into your bank account. Over the weekend, we were at $143 something over the weekend as a payout rate if it goes into your bank account. So, ladies and gentlemen, take advantage of this. And also, just want to also let customers know that if they are in the Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx area, if they even go to a location to send, things begin to open up. If they go to a location to send money, right now, they're getting the best payout rate in Jamaica. No other competition can beat us on the payout rate right now for the last 2 months.
Wow.
So I'm telling them that the payout rate is great once you send it from the location or if you send it from the app to your account. So for person to person, say they send it from let's say a location in the Bronx to a person in Jamaica, the rate is an excellent rate. If you go on the app and send it from your debit card to your account or credit card to your account or bank to bank, the payout rate is excellent once it goes to the account from the app.
Okay, very good.
Very, very important.
Very, very, very commendable. I really, really appreciate the fact that, you're working so hard alongside, Grace Kennedy Remittance, JN, doing such marvelous work, because people need to be informed. They need to take the opportunity, of what your package has to offer. and just to spread the word and let somebody know that, hey, this is what's going on with Western Union. You try it yet? And the person said, no, me don't know what you're talking about. And they're able to say, listen, Western Union doing this, that, or the other. And the other person say, oh, what you said to me, man? And, you know, that's how, you know, we catch a fire. Kind of
Definitely. And I tell you, I just also want to again thank you and your program for informing and educating our customers as to sending money directly to their bank in Jamaica. Very, very good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We've been at this from almost the end of March to present. You know, and 2 months when we were locked down, we're at it, still doing interviews, still pushing for people to send money from home. And, you know, I have to say that a lot of our customers have used the service, and we are indeed happy. Thank you very much, Denise. Thank you, Inside the Zone. And we're good.
We're good. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Enjoy your weekend and get trimmed. We can go walk at some point.
I mean, when you're sending money to Jamaica, to the Caribbean, use Western Union because we're indeed moving money for better. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
All righty. So that is Garfield Cumry, and Garfield, he is the Caribbean Marketing Community Consultant for Grace Kennedy Remittance Service, Western Union. Let me go to the phone line because I believe I have a call holding on the phone line.
Pleasant evening time to you, Lady D.
You didn't hear my accent.
Good morning, Lady D. How you doing?
Oh, which time zone you're in, Chris Wilby?
I don't even know.
Well, I'll just say good morning, Chris.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? How was your day?
Okay. Yeah, it was good. It was a beautiful day. The sun was out at, you know, something. Every year, round about this time, after Memorial Day, it gets warm. It doesn't matter how cold the days are leading up to Memorial Day. It's like immediately after Memorial Day, a screw get turned or a switch get turned, and all of a sudden we just start getting warm days. So today was great. I enjoyed the day.
But I don't know why you're so you know, I wonder so much. You don't know, said the Lord just have a team and he just instruct one of his little workers.
Yeah, just turn the switch.
Right? He says, run over to the north side, right? And turn on and ballop. Hello, everybody. 7:30 p.m. Set your watches and your clocks. Time signal brought to you by Corey's Eats. We deliver, powered by Uber Eats. Open Monday to Thursday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. They're located at 3762 Boston Road in the Bronx. Give them a call. Call them. Say, hey, I step up in your restaurant because Lady D says so. 347-947-9200. Give them a call. Purchase your waffle, the cheese waffle or your banana nut waffle. And you can purchase your waffle and guess what your side could be, like your protein. It could be your fried chicken or your jerk pork. Man, Chris, that sounds good, don't it?
You're making me hungry.
Just when we were little, we used to say, picture it in your mind.
Yeah.
Picture it in your mind. So, Chris, I'm glad you called because we're going to talk about black attack. What is causing our race to be attacked in such a venomous manner? What is it? Years upon years upon years, this is something that is ingrained in our DNA when it comes on to be subjected to another race, not a higher power, but subjected to another race. Many have gone
You know,
through, the or historical timeline tells us of what transpired so many
Yes.
centuries ago. And it is still here today in a subtle form, in an aggressive form, right? It's in our education system. It's even in how you choose your spouse. It still exists. Race is permeating throughout the world. And
Yes.
no matter what you think, it is still raging its ugly head. And I was just looking at a headline that I pulled up just because we want to tie things in as we flow this evening. But I also had come across this headline. This young, handsome, black 22-year-old software engineer who was murdered by his white neighbor. And this happened after he had gone to court and said, listen, my neighbor looked like him crazy. Because he has been...
Oh yes,
You remember that one?
I remember that story.
Right. And
It
long
was a
and
couple of
short-
years ago.
And long and short of it, the man still killed him. Right? That was what, in 2019? Right.
Yeah, I think it was, yes.
So it is everywhere. It's in your neighbor. There are white people who love black people who adore white people. And then there is that set. So here we are.
You know,
Again,
I don't know what is what racist hatred. Let me say hatred is something that is taught, right? And one of the things that I don't know how we're going to overcome it, because if I feel victimized by a certain race, I am going to react to them a certain way. And then my children, they're not necessarily going, I'm not necessarily going to teach my children to hate that race, but they will probably hear me talking about stories of things that happened to me or happened to my family. And so it's like a generational thing where it gets passed down because you've heard stories, and then sometimes you yourself even come up on some of these things, sometimes in a subtle way. You know, you have been discriminated against at the workplace. Sometimes it's because you were passed over for a position, mainly because of the color of your skin, because the person who got the job over you wasn't as qualified as you, but yet because of the color of the skin, the person get it. You know, sometimes it's in the store, you know, or they deal with you when you're shopping, and you know, they profile you, they walk behind you, they look every aisle you go in, somebody's watching you, you know what I mean? And so these things, you know, and then the obvious racism, like the one that happened recently, where this police officer in broad daylight decided that he's going to murder this man and did not care.
Now, you know, what came to me, I have not watched the video, but I have listened to the video because I don't want to see. I don't want to see, but I hear it. I heard it in its most crude and raw form. And when I said to myself, but in all of these kinds of atrocities that have taken place, there is the law, there is the law enforcement module of the law, then you have the law enforcers, who are your police, men and women, right? Any form of defense. Then you have the public. Then there is the alleged perpetrator. So, you have people standing on the sidelines. They are fearful, they are pleading, they're crying out to say, let him go, him can't breathe, profanity, profanity, you name it. Don't you see you're killing the man, right? And here you have the law enforcers who are caught in a lie, caught in an evil that they are carrying out their duty. And then you have the people who are watching and filming, who are fearful of taking on the vigilante role of going in, moving in on these police officers, dragging them off of the man because of fear. Fear that they will shoot them, fear that they will now be caught in a trap in the legal system of being shackled now because they came upon a scene and intervened. And so everything just gone awry because people are fearful. They are capturing it on camera. And that has its place, and it helps to publicize and bring awareness to an immediate act. But what it also does is putting out a member of a family's ultimate death before the family is notified. So the variables involved, so I can just see a relative suddenly pop up on my social media platform and say, but hold on, no, my brother that, or my sister that. So the amount of things that are being affected in one evil act, and it have nothing to do with no poor judgment, nothing like that.
No. It was just evil. It was just cruel, evil. Wicked evil. Oh, I watched the video, Lady D. You said you didn't watch it. You listened to it. I watched it, and let me just say this here. I got very emotional when I watched the video because I, as a black man, live in America. I have a black son living here in the United States of America. And when I watched that video, I teared up because I saw myself under that man's knee. I saw my son under his knee, pleading and begging for his life. That's what I saw when I watched the video. It was heart-rending. I watched the young man breathe his last breath right there. And the police officer showed no emotion. Mm-hmm. He as a matter of fact, you could see evil in his eyes. His foot was on the young man's neck, and he was squeezing. Mm-hmm. You could see I watched it over and over because I wanted to see what was going on. You could see the motion on his legs.
Yes.
When he was forcing down his foot, his hand was in his pocket, and he was putting more pressure on his foot. The young man was crying out. And lady, just for clarity, it wasn't 1 minute.
Yeah.
It wasn't 2 minutes. Mm-mm. It wasn't 3 minutes. It wasn't 4 minutes. It wasn't 5 minutes. It wasn't 6 minutes. It wasn't 7 minutes. It wasn't 8 minutes. It was 9 minutes, Lady D. 9 minutes. And I want you to think about somebody, and I want the public who is listening to think about somebody strangling you, putting a hand or a foot or whatever around your neck for, I'm not even going to say a minute, for 30 seconds. I tried that today. 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And start counting and see how far you can reach. Anybody can try that experiment. Let somebody cut off a section of your airways for 30 seconds and see how your body will start shutting down and how you feel. You are literally suffocating. The guy was crying out, Lady D, for, he even started asking for water.
Yeah.
I said, my God, that was when his body was shutting down. He started begging them for some water.
Let's see if we have a
and
call.
The man did not move.
Yeah, let's see if we have a call. Good evening.
Good evening, Lady D, and I'm listening, and I am so upset. I'm so outraged. But you know what's even worse? You have the Asian cop, the Chinese one, standing there with his two hands in his pocket, as if to say, I dare any one of you to come near me. But you know where were the other two? One had his knee in the man's chest. He on his back, which means he was compressing his chest, and the other had his knee on the man's legs. So it took 3 of them to subdue him, and he even gave them respect. He said, sir, I am in pain. Sir, I am in pain. And when other people came to let them know that the man wasn't breathing, the blood was coming from his nostrils and his mouth, he was lifeless. But you know what upset me? It's the fact that nobody checked his airway. The one that had his foot in his neck, he shut off his carotid airway. He shut off his carotid because you know where your carotid airway is? To the left side. So he made sure that's where he had his knee to shut that off. And when the man died, when he died, they had the audacity. We're going to grab an ambulance. When the ambulance came, did you see how they didn't transfer him or transported him? They all picked him up like a sack of potato and flung him on the gurney. They picked him up and they flung him on the gurney. He was already dead. So when they're talking about he died at the hospital, we saw his lifeless body. He was limp. But it is, we don't even treat animals that way in the United States. That is so disturbing and it is so upsetting. Then there are folks who are questioning. Yes.
One of you said we don't treat animals that way in the United States. If a police officer did that to a dog in the United States, the entire United States would have been in uproar.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what that dog did. If a police officer did that, tortured a dog the way he tortured that young man, and people watched that dog die in front of them, the entire United States would have been in uproar.
Absolutely, we
but
know
look,
that.
they came to the defense. Look at how they came to the defense of the woman in Central Park, right?
As for that,
the guy who told her to put on the leash. Did you see? They didn't care about him, They care about the well-being of the dog, how she was treating the dog. She was roughing up the dog, manangling the dog. So the dog's life was took more precedence over the black man's life.
Where do
That's
we,
what
boy,
is
I tell
upsetting.
you, we ask the question, where do we go from here? Because usually it sparks such tension in the country that you're having this kind of riotous act in addition to destruction of property. And, people are losing stuff. And they never seem to get it.
You know what, Lady D? I at this point, I've seen so much of this, and I try to remain calm. Today, yesterday, this got to me so much that I am angry. I am angry. I am so mad at this right now, Lady D. Trust me, I don't like to talk about it because I get so emotional and upset.
Yes.
I see people talking about these people looting and people rioting, and they're saying, oh, this doesn't make sense. I'm asking the question, what makes sense? we have marched peacefully.
That's
We
right,
have
peacefully.
demonstrated peacefully.
Peacefully.
We have begged peacefully. We have voted
We are forgiven.
peacefully.
We are given
We are
peacefully.
forgiven.
We forgive
We
them.
ask.
And
We
still,
plead. And
we get
nothing.
kicked in the
Nobody
pants.
is hearing us. No one is hearing us, Lady D. And Martin
People get
Luther
sick
King
and tired
says.
of being sick and tired.
Martin Luther King says, riot is the voice of the unheard.
Heard,
Nobody
that's right.
is hearing the voice of the black man in the United States of
No.
America. Nobody. So when I hear people come to me, because that's all I saw on social media today. Oh, this doesn't make sense. The police should, and I'm like, oh, so now you want the police to come in. The same police who just murdered an innocent black man, you want the same police to come in again to arrest these people. I said, you know what? I am not going to mention what I said in private, but I am not going to sit here and pretend as if I care about what these people are doing because they are mad, they are upset, and there comes a time when you have to do something. That's my opinion.
And you know,
And of course, we realize that people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. People are going to react in a way in which it might not be right to me, it might not be right to you, but this is their way of defending how they feel.
Yes, let me see if
And
there's a
nobody
call.
seems to be listening.
Hold
All
on,
right?
Hold your thought. Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening, Lady D.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
So far, I'm good. I listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
I used to call a while back, but I out of touch calling. Sometimes I don't even bother to call.
That's all right.
But pertaining to this program and this guy that got killed, Lady D,
Yes, sir.
it's aggravating, to say the least. But why do we expect savages to do any better than they are doing? Because remember, this is modern day lynching. From the highest to the lowest level, whoever they think they are that have power, they try to demonstrate their power. And we are the only one that they can do what they do to without any repercussion. When you look at our people, they go to demonstrate, but everybody starts looting. Okay? I can understand that. We're going to demonstrate for our cause, but we're going to loot. Give the police ways to apprehend us and take away our rights. We didn't have any rights before because we didn't have any rights.
Let me ask you, Caller, let me ask you
Chris,
1 minute there.
Chris, hold on.
Yes.
Hold your thought, Chris. Are you finished with your statement, sir?
No, I'm not finished.
Continue.
As this thing continue from way back when they always lynching us. They lynch us in the public that they can drive fear to the feces in to the child in the mother womb. That was their way of driving fear from then. Now they take it to imagine when they hang you, you partially suffocate for lack of fear. Now they choke you, you suffocate again for lack of fear. But what I'm saying is, at some point, we got to stop killing our one another and start killing the people that are killing us.
Oh, so that's another conversation.
That's a different taking it to a different level.
Yeah, because you see, there's no way personally I could be professing that kind of thing. So that would be your opinion. I understand reaction, you know. I understand reaction.
That is his opinion, you see?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. Lady D. It is the opinion of a lot of people who are silently not voicing it. Let me tell you something. There is one thing I told my family. I said, listen, if I see somebody do that to my son, I am not going to tell you what I say, what I told them. But I will not watch somebody kill a member of my family that way and sit down and wait for this unjust system to run its course.
And that's what happens. People take action in
there are
their own
times when
hands.
you have to take things into your own hands and satisfy yourself. And it's about time black people start
fighting
let
fire
people
with fire.
understand that we are not a pushover, we are not a walkover. We need the only thing a lot of these people are going to understand is violence. Let me put that out there.
That's what they know. They don't know anything. Look at the kid that was dragging. The man and his son get out with their gun and they kill the kid. Right. Because what? He was dragging while black. Okay? So they killed Eric Garner because he was selling cigarettes. He wasn't selling cocaine. He was selling loose cigarettes. Okay? But we keep they kill Tamar Rice because they figure, okay, look at Zimmerman. Zimmerman killed this kid without any reason because he's black. So let me ask you something. You think I am gonna watch you kill my child? I know that you are the one that killed my child, and I take him to the cemetery, and somebody for you not going to that cemetery? Are you crazy?
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. I'm already lived. I already live. And if my child at 13 or 14 or 15 or 20, you can kill my child, I can die too. I'm not afraid of dying because I have to die at some point.
All right. So everybody will take their own position as to what they will do and when they will do it. The thing is, ever since this ugly thing called racism has come into being, they looted, they did all kind of things from Martin, Malcolm X, all of them, people were killing, people were advocating for their rights, and still it has not changed. Why it hasn't changed?
Because we've been peaceful for too long.
We don't have the upper hand in anything.
Under the oppression, we keep praying. God give us our hands too. God create us equally. Why should us sit back and allow you to destroy our race? And you're going to tell us that, okay, you got to go to the justice system? To hell with that.
All right.
Okay? We tired of the justice system not working for us.
We hear you.
I have two sons, and I'm not thinking about burying my son. Okay? I'm thinking about my son burying me. I'm not mourning. I'm not going on to the funeral. If somebody in my house died at the hands of somebody else, then guess what? As long as my kid was not criminal and you kill my kid, you're going to die.
All right, sir. We hear your opinion. We thank you so much for calling in. We know I hear the emotion in everybody's voices, and it's coming from a deep, deep place. It's really sad.
Yes.
And again, it's being televised, right? Because your social media, that's what it does. And it sends home the point. It's not the social media is my problem, It just sends the point to us that while you are capturing us on camera, you really can't do nothing.
No.
That's what happened.
Because the justice system is a lynch mob also.
Yeah, you can't do nothing. Because again, if all those people intervened, it's either they're going to get shot and killed in an attempt to save the man, to save George. It's a very dark time.
Look at it. If it was a black man that killed George Zimmerman's son, he would never be roaming the street. O.J. Simpson was found not guilty, but they go back and they re-amend the law that they can find him at 5. What happened to our black people? Can't we see that? Huh?
All right, I have 4 minutes to go, but I thank you so much for your blessings. Okay.
Have a good evening. It doesn't make any sense saying have a blessed evening because it's like God leave us for ourselves and we're not doing what we are supposed to do to get justice.
He's very much here. He's not going to come before him time. So
I know he's not going to come before him time.
He gave man full authority. Man got full dominion, and they are down here doing them thing.
Well, guess what? We need to do our thing too.
All right. Blessings to you.
We need to send the message to them. We need to let them know that we ain't taking this laying down.
All right. Thank you for calling.
You have a good evening.
All right, we're going to wrap up. 3 minutes to go, but you know, thing is so deep. All right, this thing is so deep. I'm so sorry I will not be able to receive your call right now. I have to close off. But again, I thank you for really calling to participate in the discussion with me. Chris, Pat, and the gentleman who just called. Of course, me never get the name, but I know his voice.
All right, Lady D.
But we know everybody. We know everybody.
Yes, you guys have a good weekend. Yeah, we're going to marinate on this because it is just too much for us right now. So we will just keep each other, you know, in our thoughts and in our prayers.
Yes.
So let's try to have a good weekend.
All right, blessings. Thanks, guys.
Okay, blessings. God
All
bless
right, Lady
you.
D,
Chris,
take it easy. Take it easy, Pat. Got you on
you
Monday.
be safe. You take it easy now, okay?
Okay.
All right, take care.
We're in this together. We're in this together.
Yes.
All right.
Bye. All righty. I know, you know, these things cause people to just speak whatever comes to mind, and they mean it, some of them, and some of them they don't mean it. But when you see what's being meted out to your people, it triggers something in you, man. The very human core of you, it triggers something in you, badly too. So we want to thank you for listening this evening. I want to thank you to tuning in to my platform, Inside the Zone, and to those broadcasting the show, my fellow broadcasters who are airing the program, Touch FM Radio 90.1 and Sign FM 88.9. Thank you to those who were tuning in to 104.5, 101.7. Got you. And those of you who were on my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone, thank you so much. These are difficult times. But I encourage those of you who are really feeling emotional, try not to get yourselves into nothing. I don't want to have to come bail you, you know, but I know the hurt. I know what it is like to go through losing a loved one. So I get it. And it's hard in that particular way, you know, for people. So I want to say blessings to everyone. Thanks to Corey's Eats and to Cooler Runnings and Western Union for being the sponsors of the show today, Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Blessings to you, and you. A lot of love, and I hope that, you know, things will get better. That's all we can pray for, that things will get better. Blessings, everyone. As always, love yourselves, love your children. And remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. I'm out of here.
Used to be that I believed in something. Used to be that I believed in love. It's been a long time since I've had that feeling. I could love someone, I could trust someone. I said I'll never let nobody near my heart again, darling. I said I'll never let nobody in.
Come to rule, and we have the angle, the tackle, and we have the tool.